So you're watching this film because you want an ironclad, airtight, irrefutable, unquestionable, overwhelming, unassailable, undeniable argument for the existence of God, where you're not going to be disappointed. Listen to these arguments. Think on them. Digest them until they digest you. And then present this cumulative case to the world so that they may know that there is a God who loves them and a God who wants to be reconciled to them if only they would turn back to Him. Grab a box, an empty box. Now place the lid on it. Shake it up real well. Wave your hand over it like a skilled magician. Tap it with a wand and whisper mysterious words to it. Now open the lid. What do you have? Nothing. Still nothing after all that? Well, I guess if you start with nothing, you'll end with nothing. Nothingness always produces nothing. Nothingness lacks even the potential for something. However, the universe is here. The universe exists. So the universe couldn't have come from nothing. It must have come from something. So you've planned to meet up with an old friend for coffee. You haven't seen him for some time, and in the rush, you accidentally leave your wallet at home. Slightly embarrassed, you explain your predicament to your friend. No problem, he replies, and offers to buy you a cup of coffee. Strange, you think? After all, he's never been the sort of person to put his hand in his pocket. Anyway, you accept his offer. But, he continues, I will only pay for the coffee after an infinite amount of time has passed. Thinking for a moment and then realizing that an infinite amount of time could never pass, you quickly put the coffee down on the counter. Now, in reality, actual infinites do not exist. Therefore, there could not have been an infinite number of days before today. Time had a beginning, and prior to time, there was only timelessness, or eternity. As a parent, you learn many things quickly. You learn to have a listening ear. You learn compassion. You learn patience. And you also learn to have a huge supply of batteries stockpiled. The reason for this is because children's toys get through batteries faster than a sumo gets through a buffet. Now, a battery can only supply as much power as it contains. You cannot get more out of something than what you put in. The universe itself is unimaginably powerful. It is replete with energy. Therefore, whatever created the universe must have been of equal or greater power than the universe itself. It must be mind-arrestingly powerful. Are you any good at pool? Now, I'm not saying that I'm an expert or anything, but I can fill pockets faster than a boss on payday. Now, under the microscope, there's a whole different type of game afoot. Molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles are whizzing about, crashing into one another. Matter is not static. It's vibrant with motion and energy. That solid-looking coffee table you rest your mug on is abuzz with speeding, moving particles. Material objects are made of particles in motion. And motion, getting from point A to B, requires energy, space, and time. And as time cannot be infinite, matter cannot be infinite. Therefore, whatever created the universe cannot be material. It must be immaterial. Well, maybe nature created nature. Maybe the universe created itself. Well, believe me, I have heard this bizarre argument. Well, let me ask you if it's possible for a simple, mindless, plastic baby doll to conceive itself and then give birth to itself. The simple and rational answer is no. And the reason for this answer is that the object to be created has to exist prior to its own creation from non-existence. And this is logically impossible. Nature is created from something beyond nature, something supernature or supernatural. If you discovered a book hidden in a pile of dirt, you'd automatically jump to one of two conclusions. Either someone buried it there, or someone accidentally dropped it there. Only someone devoid of all common sense would suggest that the book grew in the soil. The reason no one would conclude this is because a book is full of language, full of structured information. It is a product of mind, not of chance. Now, buried within the trillions of cells that make us up is a genetic book we call DNA. It is made up of around 2 billion letters and functions like a super advanced computer program. Life is not simple. Living things are enormously complex. For life to have even gotten started, you need the genetic instructions written and in place, followed by something to read and interpret them. After this, you need something to copy the instructions and something to gather the resources necessary for building life. Finally, you need the genetic builder itself. Every book has an intelligent author. The digital code of DNA is no exception. If I were to stop time right now, what would happen to you? You would suddenly freeze like a statue. In fact, every atom and particle in your body and in this universe would become motionless. We would be captured in a moment as a three-dimensional photograph. You see, when something exists timelessly, then it exists changelessly. Therefore, the ultimate cause of time and of our universe once existed changelessly. However, the problem of a changeless object is that it's impotent to create anything. Only an eternal mind, or will, could create under these conditions. At the moment this eternal mind willed creation into being, time began. Therefore, we can logically conclude that only a mind could have created the universe.